Most men assume they're washing correctly, but did you know that improper daily hygiene could silently raise your risk of infection, and in rare cases, even cancer? Well, I'm Dr. Nerea Wolf, urologist and pelvic surgeon. And if you ever face questions or concerns about your urological health, stay with us. We're here to help you understand your body with clarity and comfort. Today, I'm walking you through exactly how to care for your penis, scrotum, and surrounding areas every single day, not just for cleanliness, but for long-term health and cancer prevention. Why daily hygiene matters more than you think. Let's start with something most people don't realize. The way you wash matters just as much as how often you wash. Your genital area is home to sensitive skin, natural oils, and folds that can trap moisture, sweat, and bacteria. When these aren't cleaned properly, they create the perfect environment for irritation, infection, and even chronic inflammation, which over time can increase your risk of more serious problems. And while penile cancer is extremely rare, it's almost always preventable with good hygiene habits. That's why understanding the basics is so important. How to wash your penis, scrotum, and anal area every day. Here's what you should be doing in the shower, step by step. 1. Use lukewarm water and a mild, unscented soap. Start by rinsing the entire genital area with lukewarm water. Then apply a mild, fragrance-free soap to the hair-bearing areas, the pubic region, the base of the penis, and around the scrotum. Why mild soap? Because the skin in this area is delicate. Heavily scented or antibacterial soaps can strip away natural oils, leading to dryness, itching, and irritation. If you've been experiencing discomfort or flaking, your soap might be the culprit. 2nd, wash the penis shaft and underneath. Gently wash the shaft of the penis, making sure to clean the area underneath as well. This area can trap sweat and bacteria, especially if you're active or it's warm outside. Don't scrub aggressively, just use your hand and gentle circular motions. The goal is to cleanse, not irritate. 3. Clean the scrotum and the area underneath. The scrotum has folds and can hold moisture. Use your hand to gently lift and clean underneath the testicles, where sweat and bacteria tend to collect. This area doesn't need harsh scrubbing, just consistent, gentle cleaning. 4. Clean around the anal area. Finally, clean the area around the anus with soap and water. This is especially important after bowel movements. If you're experiencing irritation or itching, consider using a bidet or wet wipes for a more thorough clean. If you have a foreskin, this step is essential. If you're uncircumcised, there's one additional step you must do every single day. When you're in the shower, gently pull back the foreskin, just enough to expose the head of the penis, also called the glans. Then use your finger to clean around the rim and underneath the foreskin with water. Why is this so important? Because a substance called smegma can build up under the foreskin. Smegma is a whitish or yellowish buildup made of dead skin cells, oils, and moisture. It's completely natural, but if it's not cleaned away regularly, it can lead to unpleasant odor, irritation, and itching, recurrent infections like balanitis, inflammation of the glands, and in rare cases, chronic inflammation that increases the risk of penile cancer. You don't need to scrub hard. Just a gentle rinse and wipe with your finger is enough to prevent buildup. If you ever notice that you can't pull back your foreskin comfortably, that could be a sign of a condition called phimosis, and you should talk to a urologist. It's treatable, and addressing it early can prevent bigger problems down the line. A few more hygiene habits that protect your health beyond washing. There are a few daily habits that can make a big difference in your comfort and long-term health. 1. Shake or pat dry after urinating. After you pee, give your penis a gentle shake or use a small piece of toilet paper to make sure all the urine has been released. Trapped droplets can cause irritation or lead to lingering odor. 2. Clean thoroughly after bowel movements. After a bowel movement, make sure you're completely clean. Use toilet paper, wet wipes, or water from a bidet if available. Leftover residue can cause itching, irritation, and discomfort, especially in the anal area. 3rd, always wash your hands. This one should go without saying, but it's worth repeating. Wash your hands after every trip to the bathroom, whether you've urinated or had a bowel movement. It's one of the simplest ways to prevent the spread of bacteria. 4. Wear breathable, loose-fitting underwear. Tight underwear made from synthetic materials can trap heat and moisture, leading to sweat, chafing, and irritation. Cotton underwear is your best bet. It's breathable, soft, and helps keep the area dry. If you're someone who sweats a lot, especially in the summer, consider changing your underwear midday or using a moisture-wicking fabric designed for active lifestyles. 5. Use a desiccant powder if you need it. If you're dealing with persistent moisture, itching, or discomfort, especially in warm weather, a desiccant powder can help keep the area dry and comfortable. Look for powders that are talc-free and designed for sensitive skin. I've made a separate video on this topic, so if you're struggling with sweat or irritation, check that out for more guidance. The link between hygiene and penile cancer. Now let's talk about something that worries a lot of men: penile cancer. First, the good news. Penile cancer is extremely rare. It accounts for less than 1% of all cancers in men in the United States. But when it does occur, it's almost always linked to chronic inflammation or recurrent infections, which can often be prevented with proper hygiene. Here's how it works. If smegma builds up under the foreskin and isn't cleaned regularly, it can cause chronic irritation and inflammation. Over time, that inflammation can lead to conditions like balanitis or lichen sclerosis, which increase the risk of abnormal cell changes. In rare cases, those changes can progress to cancer. That's why daily cleaning, especially for uncircumcised men, is so important. It's not about fear, it's about prevention. What to watch for. Signs you should see a doctor. Most of the time, proper hygiene will keep your penis healthy and problem-free, but there are a few warning signs that should never be ignored. See a doctor if you notice a sore, ulcer, or lesion on the penis that doesn't heal within a week or two, persistent redness, swelling, or irritation, unusual discharge or foul odor, pain or discomfort that doesn't go away, difficulty retracting the foreskin in uncircumcised men. Any lump, bump, or change in the skin of the penis, I know it can feel embarrassing to talk about these things, but as a urologist, I can tell you, we've seen it all, and we're here to help, not judge. The biggest mistake I see is when men wait too long to come in. By the time they do, a small issue has become much harder to treat. Early care always leads to better outcomes. Taking care of your penis doesn't require anything complicated. Just a few minutes in the shower each day, the right soap, and a little attention to detail. But those small habits add up. They protect you from infection, irritation, and long-term health risks, including cancer. So if you've been skipping steps or weren't sure what proper hygiene really meant, now you know. And if you're already doing all of this, great. You're taking care of your body the way it deserves. Your health matters, and the more you understand your body, the better equipped you are to protect it. As always, take care of yourself, because you're worth it.